What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for watching. I don't know if you know, you can actually follow my trades live by clicking the link in the description, but today we're gonna go over pair. Let's take a look. All right, so I have pulled up on Smart Trader and NZD USD. I'm gonna take a look at this one. I don't think I have ever done a markup of this pair on this channel, but I am going to take a look at it today. And for those of you who are new, and I apologize for being repetitive, but I think this is important. I approach marking up a chart the same way every single time. And so I start off the videos explaining the same way every single time. So what I'm looking for on each time frame is a swing high and a swing low. And what I'm drawing out right now is what we consider to be a swing high. So technically, a swing high is a 5 candle formation. You've got a high center candle, 2 candles to the left that are lower, and 2 candles to the right that are lower. And why this is important is because it shows you high probability areas where price could potentially reverse. And we want to pay attention to those, and we want to pay attention to them on every time frame. I think I mentioned in my last video, you know, I've had some scalpers comment on my videos like, well, we don't need to go through this, blah, blah, blah. Like, actually you do, because it lets you know the potential for and how long you can sell to something, and what price point you're looking at before you have to start changing up what you're doing or your strategy. So I look for swing highs, and then on the inverse, I look for swing lows. And so that's what I'm drawing out here. It's just the opposite of what a swing high is. So you have a low center candle, you have 2 candles to the left that are higher, and you have 2 candles to the right that are higher. Now, it won't always be like this where the bodies of the candles are the same throughout. You may have some short body candles. You may have some really long wicks. Like, just as long as you've got the general formation, this is what you're looking for. Okay. So now that we have that out the way, I'm also going to show you, I'm a heavily based fib trader. That's what I trade. I met my mentor probably about 3-4 years ago, and I'd learned about Fibonacci before, but I had never put together the way that he taught me, which is putting fib retracement levels and extensions together the same way. So what I was looking for was the trend line tool. So I'm just going to draw out for you guys how I trade, so you get the basis of what I'm doing. So we basically trade ABCD waves. And so when you see me bring out the Fibonacci tool, what I'm looking for is something like this. So if I'm in an uptrend, I'm paying attention to formations that happen like this. And this is the way that I'm projecting overall, like on the big picture, the market to move. And so what this is I'm going to type it out. In an uptrend, you are looking for what we call a swing low. This would be, remember that swing low and swing high we just drew? This would be considered a swing low right here. Okay. And then you're looking for a swing high, which is a B. So when I say A, B, C, D, so A in this situation is a swing low, the lowest point. B is the highest point. And then C falls somewhere in between A and B, right? And so C is your entry point, and C can float. C can go to the 618. It can go to the 23.6. It can go to the 786, like we saw on, I think it was at CHF JPY. It can do all of that, right? So C, which is your entry, floats. D also floats, which is your take profit. And so trading, like, is, I don't want to say it's not complicated, because there are a lot of different components that you have to master in order to be successful. But the basic concept of trading is relatively simple. So, and Smart Trader makes it even more simple with their smart Fibonacci. Whereas in TradingView, you have to manually go through. I encourage you to learn it and how to do it. But when you look at starting to trade multiple pairs, I'm talking, you know, you're looking at 28 different pairs on a regular basis. Smart Trader makes things easy and lets you get through things a lot faster. and I'm going to demonstrate how shortly. Okay, so here I've drawn up the swing high, swing low. And so we talked about C being the entry point and D being the take profit. So I'm just going to put a Fibonacci tool on here so you kind of understand the concept of what I'm doing. So because this is an uptrend, I draw my swing, I draw my Fibonacci the same direction that the market is trending, right? So I drew from my A and I drew from my B. And this is funny. I drew exactly to the 61.8. And we'll see that typically price hits what we call the D extension, which is here. So you're probably wondering, if you're new, why these levels are in different colors. And it's because I color code the retracement levels to match the extension levels. So retracement levels you can think of as your entry zones, your entry area. Your D extensions are your take profits. So if this C were to float down to the 786, then I would anticipate that I'm taking profit at the 127. So blue to blue, green to green, red to red, and black to black. It's real simple, right? And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark up this chart, see where we are. And like I said, I don't think I've ever done a markup on NZD USD. So bear with me, y'all. I am just getting rid of some stuff. Let me just throw. So this is the smart fib technology I was talking about that is intellectual property, or not intellectual property. I don't know what you call it. It's specific to smart trader. Like nobody else has this. They have the patent. And I guess it is intellectual property in a sense. So what you do is you basically go to your last recent most significant low or high. And that's not what I wanted to show y'all. I'm trying. I'm just drawing everything. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. I'm trying to get this to a point so I can show you. There we go. So you grab, these are your smart tools over here. You got smart support, smart resistance, smart pivots, all that good stuff, right? And so I'm going to grab the smart fib tool and I am going to drop it below my last low. This red line just helps you locate where exactly you are, right? And so what I've done on the weekly time frame, I see that we are in a current AB boundary for fib. And so what I see here is that we had A and we had B form. Then we had a shallow pullback to the 23.6. And so typically when that happens, I feel like I say this on every video. Typically when this happens, we see price does not have enough momentum to carry to the red extension. So this level is in red, but in my mind, I'm already thinking if we get this type of pullback, that I'm probably not going to see price make it to the red extension. I'm planning to take profit somewhere in this zone, and you'll see that price hit exactly in that zone. Now, when that happens, then I know that I'm probably looking for a deeper retracement before we have enough momentum to continue through. That's as long as price does not take out this low. So these levels here, they're 38.2, your 50% fib level, and your 61.8. These are the key levels that I pay attention to. However, my sweet spot is in between the 50 and the 61.8. Now that's on a lower time frame. When I'm talking a higher time frame, that's a big difference in pips. But yeah, that's about 100 pips. But that's where I'm looking to enter. I'm looking to enter somewhere in between here because it's going to give me the highest risk to reward setup. So we are currently in a fib right now. Let me get my arrow back. We're currently in a fib right now. And it looks like after this price retraced to the 23.6 level, we got this take profit right at the 118. Price did a pullback. We can't count this as a 50% fib level because it didn't touch that area. It went to the 38.2. It tried to continue up. Price tried to continue up. Still didn't have enough momentum. We dropped to the 50% fib level on the weekly. And then we see a little bit of rejection from this area. But looking at this most recent candle, and I can't call it anything right now because the week has not finished. We see that price increased a little bit, but it hasn't made a drastic move to the top. So I would anticipate that we're probably going to see price continue. I mean, I can't predict the market, but I'll say it wouldn't surprise me if we see price continue down to the 618 zone before a continuation to the upside. So that's my higher time frame thought. But what I'm going to do now, I know I've done a lot of talking, is I'm going to go through and I'm just going to show you guys how I mark my charts. So I'm grabbing my horizontal line and I'm just going to mark these areas that I see. And so this definitely is an area I want to pay attention to. And then going backwards, I know without a doubt that this is an area that price has reacted at before. It doesn't matter when, I'm just simply looking at structure. So I'm looking left, and what did I tell you? I said price reacted at this area before. So we'll see here that price approached this level and then fell off and dropped, right? And if we keep looking left, this has been an area that price has been attracted to, but hasn't broken through for a while. So this is an area that I want to pay attention to. Now I'm also going to identify my swing low. And so I'm going to put it here because this is considered a swing low. And this is a significant area for me to watch. And it's within the current bounds of, it's within the bounds of the current Fibonacci levels, right? And so that's my, let me make sure I got them color coded. So I'm going to go into my, what am I on? Weekly. And I'm going to make sure that these are the right colors. Okay, so now that I've identified that, I can go down to a lower time frame and I'm simply going to do the same thing now. So I go from, I skipped a whole lot, huh? Let me go down to the daily. No, what did I do? I was on a weekly. Yes, I need to go to the daily. Whew, Lord have mercy. Let me go down to the daily and let me go back up. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, so I put it at the low. Let me just put it exactly there and then go down to the daily. Now that's interesting because it's not interesting. It's just what happens. Is I'm looking here, like price broke through, came back, retested this area, and price was once support here. So past support equals future resistance, and here it was. Okay. And so I'm just going to go through and do the same thing again. And what I'm looking for is the high and the low within the bounds that I've drawn here, right? And so I'm going to get my horizontal tool. So I've got a high, I got a low, and this was my next high. But if we look right, this is a zone. And remember, price comes to a zone and not a line. So this would be an area I would pay attention to. Now, because we are on the daily, I'm going to go ahead and mark this as daily. And then I'm looking for the same thing on the swing low. So we got the low here. And then we got a high. And price, this is not a big enough difference, I don't think, for me to mark this because it still falls within the zone. Yeah, we're looking at 33 pips. So I'm not going to mark that. But I am going to look left now. So what I'm going to do is A, B. I think I want to pay attention to this level. So I'm going to mark this level. And when there's not enough information, what I typically do is I go look left. So if there's not enough information over here for me to determine, my swing low or swing high, then I'm looking left to see what happened in the past. Because as you can see, I dropped this red line and you see price reacted in this zone. Price reacted in this zone. Price reacted in this zone. So it's definitely a level that I want to pay attention to. Price reacted in this zone too. Okay. So, and I'm actually going to, we can leave it there. I'm going to leave it here. Okay, so now I'm going to drop down to the 4 hour. And I'm doing the same thing again. So within these bounds, this is my high. This is my next low. This is my next high. This is my high. This is my next low. This is my next high. And we can see if I drop this line that price has come and approached here and fell off. Approached here, fell off. Approached again, fell off. So this is an important level that I want to pay attention to. So here it's been resistance. In the past, it's been support, which is here. Support all through here, right? So price broke above this level, came back, retested it, and tried to continue up and didn't quite make it. So I'm going to label this for a 4 hour. And then in between these red bounds, I'm looking for my 4 hour support. And so what I'm going to do is, I done messed something up, y'all. Hold on. I sure did. I don't know what, but let's see. So we broke through here. What I'm seeing, and I may have missed a level, but let's see. This is the level of 4 hour support here. But let me go back and let me look just to see what we got. Yeah. So this is the area I want to pay attention to. So here you'll see price broke through, came back, retested this zone. And then you'll see here, this zone has been support. If we keep going left, we'll see the same thing. Past support, past resistance. So I want to pay attention to this area. Okay. All right. And let me zoom out. Yeah, I'm still getting used to being able to zoom out and zoom in this platform. So we've taken out this, but let me mark up. Let me go back to the higher time frame. So we're in A and B. I want to mark out this 61.8 zone. Oh, and I already did. I marked it as, what is this? This was weekly. This was daily. And this is 4 hours. So we already marked out the 61.8 zone already. So I'm just going to draw my rectangle in this zone. Because this is where price, in my opinion, has the potential to come back to. And what I would draw is now I'm going to draw my trend lines. And I'm going to try to use the smart trend line tool. Let's see if it works for me today. Okay, that's one. Let me see. Oh, does it want to be my friend? Yes, it does. Okay. So on the daily, we got the break. Let me see what this looks like on a lower time frame. And actually, I also want to see, because we're trying to find an entry now. So I'm going to draw from my swing low. What did I do wrong? I'm going to draw from my low. Oh, yeah. I'm struggling today. What's going on? Oh, that's the smart trend line. I got to get my manual trend line. Oh, wait a minute. I done drew something. Let me get rid of this. I didn't see these popping up. Let me delete this. Okay. Delete. All right. So I'm going to go from my low to my next low. And actually, there's one before here. It's there. And if we technically, what Smart Trader did, that's the first touch. But I want to see where we are now. So I'm going to draw it like this. And I'm going to change this color because I don't want my trend line that color. And then I'm also going to draw, let me see if it'll give it to me. Yeah, that's what I was going to draw. So I can see. And so let's go down to the lower time frame though. 4 hour. Ooh, this is ugly on the lower time frame. So I'm going to draw it manually. Anybody who's been watching my channel for a little while, y'all know I don't like no messy chart. Okay. So that's what it looks like we're doing right now. But let me see. Bear with me. There may be potential opportunity for an entry for the sell. But let's see. I want to see where this takes me. Well, yeah, we know that. But how do I extend? Yeah, I don't like that. Okay. Let me zoom out, guys. Oh no. Okay. So let me zoom out and just see where we might be. So looking at this visually, I also see, we've already identified this was a level, right? This was an important level. So price came through, broke through this level, which has been support in the past. So we have support here, support here, support. We broke through, but then we broke back up, came back and retested as support again. And so now we broke down to the downside, and this has been resistance. And so let me put my fib on this to see where we are. And I'm going to use the smart fib because that eliminates any possibility for error. And let me go back. Let me just see. I might have to go to a higher time frame. Daily. Okay. So I'm going to the higher time frame because it's not picking up anything on the lower time frame. So we have an A and a B formation. Price came back almost to the 50%. And fell shy of it didn't have enough momentum to carry us to the 61.8. Now, isn't that something? The 61.8 level we identified as 4-hour support, and it's already there. This is a level. This is an important level. That's why price hasn't broken through yet. But we have A, B, C was at the, hold on, because Mello is acting crazy. Sir, please stop. Thank you. So we have A, B, price pulled back to the 50% fib level. Not enough momentum to carry it to the D extension, which would have been here. So price did a deeper retracement, and it looks like it, let me see if it actually went to the 618. Let's zoom in and see. So here's the top. No, we're 9 pips short of the actual 61.8 retracement. So we'll call it a 50% fib retracement. If that is the case, then price still should have made it to the D extension, which it did. Oh, it's right there in my face, y'all. So we made it back to the D extension. That's awesome. How many pips was that? Oh, hold on. 431 pips over 40 bars, so 40 days. That's dope. Okay. And so now price is trying to form a new fib. So we haven't, let me see. We must have not have gotten, yeah, A, B. Oh, look at this zone. This zone is it. So now we're waiting for a high to form. So we have to wait for a high to form. So price is retracing right now. We have to wait for a swing high to form and a trend line break to see if this is going to continue to the downside. Because ultimately what I want to see is like price come to the 618 area. So the 66.66867 is what I want to see. And that's funny because it's in the zone of the D extension for what's happening right now. So we got to pull back to the 50% fib level. Price has not made it all the way down to the D extension. So I would anticipate a deeper retracement that we're probably going to see before we see a continuation down. So what I visually think I might see is something like this, where we hit either the 618 fib level, or we're going to see price come back and retest this trend line. And then let me change this color. We're going to, oh, that's too hard to see. We're going to see price come back and retest this trend line, and then maybe see it, because this is still shy. It may come to this area, or it may even just come to the 618 area. I don't know, but it looks like we have to wait for that high to form, that retracement level to form, before we get a continuation to the downside. So this is what I want to see. I don't know if that's going to happen, but on lower time frames, I'm on the daily right now. On lower time frames, I think that I am waiting for a higher price before I enter in for a sale. I think that this is a potential setup for another 400 pips. And then that will put us at the 61.8 fib level for this current Fibonacci sequence. So there probably is an opportunity to trade this up. Let me go down to the lower time frame to see where we are. And I just want to put a fib on this. I'm just going to get rid of this for now so that I don't have a cluttered chart. This is a really long video. I'm sorry, y'all. I am just into what I'm doing. I don't know if I can get rid of this. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it right now. So I'm going to see if we can find a low. Okay. So we hit, so this was A, this was B. Price pulled back to the 50% fib line, and it took profit exactly where we thought it would go. And so let me see if I can get another fib. This is why I love the smart fib, technology on Smart Trader. So this puts us, so let me see. Oh no, it took out the A. So this would have been A, this would have been B, but price came back and took this out. And so let me throw. I just want to throw a trend line on it to see where we are. Oh yeah, price came back and retested. Let me get rid of this. I'll put that back to 1 and change it back to dark gray and a solid line. So what I drew was here. That's where it should go. But swing low to swing low without cutting through candles. But then we got to pull back. So I would anticipate, I still think I want to see a potentially higher price before I would be interested in selling this. So anywho, let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys. If you're still watching the video this long, thank you. Thank you for doing that. Let me know your thoughts on NZD, USD. I am curious what you guys think, where you are. And if this video has been helpful to you in any way, consider subscribing to the channel. Also, if you're looking for a group of like-minded traders, consider joining our Forex Facebook Mastermind group. We do at least one training live session a week there. And if you're looking for something just a little bit more intensive and progressive, you'll want to consider mentorship opportunities, or even potentially just following my trades live, me and my trading buddies live, so that you can see what we're doing and you can learn through the process. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Give the video a thumbs up. I will see you on the next video, and I hope you have a phenomenal weekend. Bye.